Energy and Energy Affairs Minister Dr. Roodal Moonilal has announced that he will lead a small high-level delegation to Washington, D.C. from May 28-30 for a series of strategic meetings aimed at deepening TNT's energy ties with the United States. During yesterday's post-cabinet media briefing at the Red House, Moonilal said the talks will include engagements with senior officials from the U.S. Department of Energy, the Department of State, and others. The meetings in the United States we propose to attend to next week will share our views and engage in serious dialogue with significant officials in the United States in Washington, D.C. The TNT delegation is also scheduled to hold talks with representatives from Shell, one of the country's major energy partners. In the United States, we will also engage with senior officials apart from the State Treasury and Energy, but also with officials from Shell Global, the Americas Council, the Inter-American Dialogue. We will meet senior officials from those organizations to discuss with them our mutually beneficial interests in the area of security. It comes, as everyone knows, we inherited an energy sector in significant decline. Minister Moonilal said the discussions will also focus on strengthening bilateral cooperation, exploring investment opportunities, and advancing TNT's role as a key energy player in the hemisphere. This is a very important mission in keeping with our strategic focus, as outlined by our Prime Minister, to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago re-emerge as the energy hub of the Caribbean. It is also expected that talks will cover ongoing joint ventures and the potential for expanded upstream and downstream collaboration. The Washington visit will mark the first official U.S. trip by Minister Moonilal in his current portfolio. Yesterday, Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar met with officials from the U.S. Embassy in Port of Spain, led by Charge d'Affaires Dr. Jennifer Neidhart de Ortiz. In a related development, Moonilal revealed the government of Guyana has informed this country that its energy officials are seeking to partner with their counterparts to revive a joint working group focused on energy cooperation. The very first thing they raised was to resuscitate what was called then a working group. It was established several years ago and allowed to collapse and reach a state of inaction where nothing happened. The move signals renewed regional efforts to foster strategic energy partnerships. Moonilal also said informal discussions have been held with energy officials from Grenada and that a trip is planned to further talks. He, however, lamented what he noted was a lack of dialogue with regional stakeholders to advance energy-related matters. Until today, Trinidad and Tobago, believe it or not, the government played no role in the energy sector in those territories that are now becoming global players. What happened is that the private sector of their own work, own volition, by virtue of their own networking skills and professional conduct, they got involved in those sectors with no help from the government, so the government never had no footprint. In a response yesterday, former Prime Minister and Energy Minister Stuart Young said, "For those who may have missed this, representing Trinidad and Tobago and commencing the discussions and building of a very good relationship with the government of Suriname in 2022, a relationship that was strengthened over the last 3 years with an emphasis on the energy sector. The government will not be allowed to mislead the population or to rewrite history."